morning, students. Today we will start with next topic of IT, next topic of e-commerce, that is e-commerce trade cycle. The trade cycle, we will study about how different types of steps are involved in shopping or in buying or selling of a product. So this all comes under trade cycle. Trade cycle is the series of exchanges between a customer and a supplier that takes place when a commercial exchange is executed. So a journal trade cycle consists of following phases. The main four following phases of trade cycle is pre-sales, execution, settlement and after sales. Students, this topic is very important. In exam you will get so many questions from this topic, like you will get question like what is pre-sale, how which type of steps are involved in pre-sale, what type of steps are involved in execution. They will give you step and you have to identify that it is of which step of trade cycle. So later I will explain you with one real life example. So let's start with the first type, pre-sales. Pre-sales, it consists of two steps like search and negotiate phase. In the pre-sale phase, there are two things, search and negotiate. The customers search for a particular product and negotiate in this phase. So you will get a question like search and negotiate comes under which phase of trade cycle. So search and negotiate comes under pre-sales phase of trade cycle. So you can also get a question like negotiate is either execution phase or pre-sale phase. So the answer is it is pre-sale phase. Customers in the pre-sale phase, the customer search for required website for the product to be purchased, whatever he has to be purchased. In negotiate phase, the customer find a supplier who offers good quality product at a cheaper price. It means the customer compares the product on the different websites and tries to get the product at a cheaper price. And then customer agrees the terms forwarded by the supplier. Once the customer finds that product, it agrees with the terms forwarded by the supplier. So in the pre-sale phase, there are two things, search and negotiate. Next phase of the trade cycle is execution phase. After the search and negotiate phase, the next thing is order and delivery. Once the customer has found the product, whatever he has to buy, and after comparing the product on the different sites, now next what the customer has to do is he has to place order of that product, and once he places the order, he will get the delivery of that product. So in the execution phase, there are two things, order and delivery. Execution means the terms are in execution. The things are in execution, the things are executing. So this phase consists of order and delivery phase. The customer sends an order for the selected product, and after processing the order, the customer receives delivery of that product. So in the execution phase, there are two things, order and delivery. And you can get a question like order is the you can get like order is of which belongs to which phase of trade cycle. You can get different options like pre-sales, execution, settlement. So the correct answer is execution, because there are two things in execution, order and delivery. Next phase is settlement phase. So once the user ordered the product and product delivers to the user, then next thing is user has to pay for that product. So that all comes under settlement phase. So this phase consists of invoice and payment, bills and payment. So bills and payments come under settlement phase. Invoice means the customer will receive a bill for the purchased product, and after confirmation of the received product, customer will pay for the same. There are two things that you can pay at the time of the ordering of the product, and you can pay after the order delivery of that product. So both the cases are available in many of the websites nowadays, that you can also pay after the delivery, or you can also pay before the delivery of the product. So all these comes under settlement phase. So in most of the time you get questions like bills or the payments comes under which phase. So you have to select the option as a settlement phase. Next is after sales phase. Now the customer has selected the product, the customer buy the product and pay for the product. So after that, the next phase comes under after sales product. It means if you are buying a product from the Amazon, for example, you are buying a product from the Amazon, like for example, you have bought a fridge and you got a maintenance of 5 years and like a warranty or guarantee period of 3 to 4 years or 5 years. So now it is the responsibility of that site or that company that they have to provide maintenance for you or to your product. So these all things comes under after sales product. So that's why the name is after sales, because the product has been sold. Now the product has been sold. Now the next thing is what they have to do is they have to provide you maintenance. So this phase consists of warranty and after sale services. So the things in this phase are warranty and after sale service. So in the warranty period, the customer will get all the maintenance services for free. If you have that warranty of like 6 months, you will get the services at free of cost and at minimum cost. But after the sale service means the customer will do complaints about the performance of the product and get maintenance service from the supplier. So these all are the 4 phases of any of the trade cycle in e-commerce. It is very important topic and it is very simple topic. There are 4 phases of e-commerce trade cycle. I will show you this with diagram. Look at this diagram. See, they have created a diagram to differentiate the different phases. Now this is EDI. What is EDI? EDI is electronic data interchange. Electronic data interchange is when we exchange data in the form of electronic mediums. So that is EDI. Now these are the phases of the e-commerce. The first phase is pre-sale phase, and in the pre-sale means before sale. There are 2 things, search and negotiate. Whereas in the execution phase, there are 2 things, order and delivery. Whereas in the settlement phase, there are 2 things, invoice and payment. And in the after sales, there is maintenance. So that was all about the phases. Now the next topic of e-commerce is modes of payment. What are different modes of payment? What different modes of payments are available nowadays? All of you and all of us now use different apps to make payments, different softwares to make payments. So you have to study all these different medias. The first media is to make payment is credit cards. It is one of the very common way that people use nowadays, and even companies offer so many advantages when you pay by using credit cards. They provide you offers like you will get 5% off on the payment, you will get 10% off on the payment. So these all are the benefits over using these medias. So first media is credit card. Credit cards are the most common way for the customers to pay online. I hope all of you must know about the credit cards. Merchants can reach out to an international market. You can simply reach to an international market with the credit cards and by integrating a payment gateway into their business. So this is one of the safest and secure media nowadays for making any of the payments. Next media is mobile payments. Mobile payments means you can pay from anywhere. Whether you are not at some specific location, you can pay from anywhere by simply using your, or the second method is you can make payments by using your mobile phones. Here the mobile means two ways, like mobile means from different mobile locations, from different locations, and you can simply use your mobile phone to make payments. So the mobile payments offer a quick solution for the customers to purchase on e-commerce websites. You can simply buy any products on the websites. So the mobile payments are also commonly used on donation portals. Some of the people make use of payments on donation portals, on games, social media networks. So like these all comes under mobile payments. And after that, customers can also scan barcode, can scan a barcode to make payments, like nowadays people are using, for example, Beam app, UPI, Paytm, Google Pay, PayPal. So these all are the different apps that you can use to make payments through mobiles. For example, Google Pay is, you can make payment through the Google Pay in two ways. The one way is you have to scan the code, and another way is if you are at mobile location, that you are in some other country or you are in some other state and you have to make a payment, you don't have to go there, you just have to type the number of that user and you can simply pay it. So this is how it is mobile, and you can simply pay by using mobile medias. Next way of to make payment is bank transfers. Bank transfer is used when money is sent from one bank account to another, and the transferring money from one bank account to another account is usually fast and safer than any of the other media, or it is also safer than withdrawing and paying in cash, because every transaction will be authenticated. This is the main use of the techniques in today's era, that these all the transactions are authenticated. So for example, if you have made payment to any user and he is now denying that no, I have not received money, so you can show it your transaction history, even you can show transaction history to police, and if there is a case, something like that. So you have all the history, you can have you can display all the history of the transactions, all the history of the credit and debit amount from your account. So these medias are authenticated medias. Whenever if you give cash, there is no authenticated media. So these medias provide authentication. So the real life example of bank is NEFT. We most commonly use NEFT when we have make payment from one bank account to another. For example, if I have an account in ICICI and I want to make a payment to HDFC user, so I can simply pay it by using these medias. Next is e-wallets. Now what is wallet? Wallet is simply when we all use a wallet to store money, to keep money. So similarly, there is a term e-wallet. E-wallet means electronic wallet. Electronic wallet means where you can store your money, or where you can keep your money for future reference or to use in future or for future transactions. So this is e-wallet. You can also make use of e-wallet. The difference between your wallet and e-wallet is it is authenticated way, and where you can apply passwords and no one can steal your e-wallet, whereas there are so many chances that your wallet can be stolen by someone. So e-wallet is a type of electronic card which is used for transactions made online through a computer or a smartphone. So e-wallet is a type of prepaid account. It's a type of prepaid account in which a user can store money for any future online transaction. So this is simply where user can store money for any future transaction. The e-wallet is protected with password. You must have a password. For the protection of e-wallet, whenever you have to make a payment, you have to apply the password. So these are the protection medias that are provided by different companies. So the example of e-wallets are State Bank Buddy, Paytm wallets. So student, these all are the modes of payment that you can use whenever you have to make payments online. So here we have studied about credit cards, mobile payments, bank payments and e-wallets. Next topic of e-commerce is forms of e-commerce, types of e-commerce. What are the types of e-commerce? Now the first type of the e-commerce is m-commerce. M-commerce means mobile commerce. So whenever you make commerce or whenever you buy and sell products by simply using your mobile, that is mobile commerce. So mobile commerce is the buying and the selling of the goods and services through the wireless handheld devices such as your smartphones and your tabs. As a form of the e-commerce, m-commerce enables the user. It allows you the facility to access online shopping platforms without needing to use a desktop computer. The real life example is nowadays as we all make use of mobile phones to shop different products from the Amazon, Flipkart, eBay and any of these things. So these all comes under mobile commerce. These in that case there is a no use of desktop computer. So the some applications of the m-commerce are, these are the applications like what type of things you can do by using mobile on mobile commerce is mobile banking. Mobile banking is e-banking. This is mobile banking is like you are using your mobile phones. For example, you are a user of a HDFC bank. Then you can simply install the app of HDFC bank and then you can make payments, you can transfer money, you can make your fixed deposit, you can check the transaction history on that app. So these all are the simple things that you can simply perform by using your mobile. So the first is mobile banking, next is ticket booking. Ticket booking is you can make use of any of the app on your phone to book the tickets like nowadays most of the people use Make My Trip app. IRCTC app is used to book the trains, most commonly trains and then buses. So similarly you can use any of the booking app to book the tickets. One of the more example of ticket booking is like when we use phone to book the movie tickets online. So these all comes under mobile commerce. Next is e-bill payment. You can simply make payments of your bills, online auctions, stock market trading. So these all are the applications of mobile commerce. Mobile commerce means you can simply use your mobile phone to perform all these transactions. It is nowadays it is not mandatory that you must have a desktop at your site whenever you have to shop or you have to buy or you have to book a ticket online. So there is no need of desktop. If you have a mobile then you can simply perform all these things. So that's why these all are the applications of m-commerce. The next type is social commerce. The first type was mobile commerce, next is social commerce. There are two types, mobile and social commerce. So as the name is social, in this different social medias are involved when you buy and shop product. When different social medias are involved, then it comes under social commerce. The real life example of social commerce is, for example, if you have to buy a health policy online, then number of users are there which will provide you guidelines that they will offer you this and we have more benefits than this company than so these are the advantages over that company. So they are the professionals which guide you and which motivate you, and if you have no knowledge in that field you can simply get knowledge through that workers too. So these are the benefits of social commerce. So these all things comes under social commerce. Now let's start with social commerce. Social commerce is a form of electronic commerce that involves social media, which mostly involves social medias, online medias that support social interaction. It means you must have interaction with some someone other which guides you or which tells you or which gives you advertisement of your product. So it enables shoppers to get advice from the trusted individuals. It means you can get advice from any of the individual. Like as I have told you, if you have to buy a health policy, then if someone is there to advise you, then you will get better knowledge in that field. So in this you will get advice from trusted individuals, find goods and services, and then you can purchase them. So the social networks that spread this advice have been found to increase the customer's trust in one retailer over another retailer. So the main aim of any company is to get the trust of the customer. If they are offering you health policy with more benefits, or with that they compare your health policy with different companies, so the main aim is they want to get your trust. So this is the one thing. So the social commerce is the use of networking websites such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as a vehicles to promote and sell products and services. And there is one more thing, they make use of social medias like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube to advertise their product. And these medias are now most common medias whenever someone has to advertise their new product and anything like that. For example, if you are going to start a new company, then these all are the medias like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are all medias which allows you or which permit you that you can make advertisement of your product, and you can reach the advertisement to you can make reach of your advertisement to different mobile locations. So the success of a social commerce campaign is measured by the degree to which consumer interact with the company's marketing through retweets, likes and shares. So these all are the medias. Like they offer you that whenever you buy the product, please share your views with us, write comments on our website, likes and share, like our profile, share our profile, share our product, like our product. So these all are the things of social commerce. And students, nowadays there are so many jobs even in this field, like in IT companies there are so many employees which are hired by the companies just to promote the product, that they have to just promote the product on the different sites at different times with different images. Like I hope you must have seen that when you watch some series or some online programs and some any series or any movies online, you get ads in the between that. So these all are just because of social commerce. So that was all about social commerce and m-commerce. So students, that was all about whatever we have studied, that what are the phases of a trade cycle, what are the different medias to make payments, and what type of commerce are available, like mobile commerce and social commerce. And if you are a simple user and you want to buy product, you always make use of mobile commerce. And if you have a company and you have to promote your product, and you are very fond of different types of products, in that case you can use social commerce. So tomorrow we will start with next topic of IT, that is e-commerce technology. What is the technology that e-commerce use? So tomorrow we will start with this. That's all for today.